My name is Roger, and this is your Daily Tarot Map for Saturday, February 13th, 2016, using tarot to create the life you want. Hello, everybody, and welcome, and thank you so much for joining me today. I also want to thank everybody for liking these videos, for sharing them on your social networks, for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate all of your support. So today we conclude our work with the Gilded Tarot Royale by Ciro Marchetti. I hope you enjoyed our work with this beautiful deck. As tomorrow, it's being Sunday, we begin working with a new deck for the coming week. So be sure to tune in then to see what that is. So on to today's draw using the Gilded Tarot Royale. The three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the Hanging Man, the Moon, and the Three of Wands. So today, it looks as though many of you will be turning inward, possibly for contemplation. But what I'm also getting here is the beginning or a search for a new spiritual path. Now, usually I don't get a lot of messages about spirituality during these readings, but today I'm really being pulled in this direction, so I'm going to run with it. And I'm thinking that this may be a message that many of you need to hear. So the first card I draw today is the Hanged Man, or in this deck, the Hanging Man, in which we see a man suspended in midair by chains. Now, one of the meanings for the Hanged Man is that of having a mystical or spiritual experience. It's often associated with light enlightenment or the search for spiritual growth or spiritual meaning. Often, it signifies being in the midst of a major transition, and perhaps being caught between the old and the new, perhaps as of yet undecided which way to proceed. I think what's key here for many of you is to not force it, to let your spirituality develop on its own rather than trying to make things happen, especially trying to make things happen too quickly. Spirituality is, after all, experiential, so you want to allow yourself time to experience it fully. So maybe spend time studying or in contemplation or in meditation. And don't be annoyed if things don't develop as quickly as you'd like. One of the reasons I'm thinking spirituality today is because the Hanged Man is next to the Moon card, another card often associated with spirituality, especially psychic awareness and mediumship. So this is another card of quiet and stillness, of not forcing things to happen. Like the moon, many of you may be experiencing a period of fluctuation and uncertainty at the moment. Perhaps change is slowly coming to the surface for you. Heck, some of you may even be going through the dark night of the soul, the phase of one's spiritual journey when one feels confused and abandoned, unsure whether or not you're on the right path. So the message here is that of patience. Shortly you should move past this period of inaction, and then things should become clearer. Now, our last card of the Three of Wands, it's about opening yourself up to the creative flow of life. Normally, this is a fiery card of action, but it is ill-dignified by the water card next to it, and as such, suggests waiting. So this card is about being open to the creative flow, but instead of running with it and of expanding outward, the advice here is to focus on the inner self. There may be more inner work that needs to be done before you can move on to the next level. Perhaps more study or meditation, perhaps more apprenticing. Though many of you may feel frustrated at the moment, know that this is only temporary, as this dark night of the soul that you might be going through. The key here is not to give up, but to keep working. And clarity will arrive when you're ready. And so the message today for these three cards is: the journey of the dark night of the soul is where we learn who we are in the presence of the divine. But introspection and patience are needed in order to bring out the light. So today's advice card comes from the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid, and the card drawn randomly from the deck was Wide Open. So what a lovely card we have for today's advice draw. The Wide Open card is about acceptance and our willingness to receive divine guidance. Here we see a woman standing on top of a rock, light building in front of her. So you may be reaching the end of that dark time that we mentioned and are just about ready to move into a more welcoming phase of your life, the attainment of a nirvana after the dark night of the soul. I think it's important now to be open to new ideas and new perspectives. You might even be asked to think in a different manner than you're accustomed to, or to approach things from an unconventional viewpoint, maybe even a mystical one. So be willing to expand yourself and to go with the flow. The phrase, the world is your oyster, is coming to mind here, and it may indeed be a very interesting journey. And that's it for today. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you click the like button below. And visit my website at tarot-dude.com, where you'll find all of my contact information. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.